Okay, so hey everybody. I'm just going to give everyone a few minutes to come in to the live. I am Georgia Rose from Zencuda, and tonight, in honor of the Lionsgate portal, I am going to be doing some tarot pulls and live readings. So, welcome. I'm so glad that you are joining me. If you'd like me to pull a card for you or do a reading for you, just say that in the chat or mention your question or whatever it is that you are really looking to answer tonight, and we will get started. So I don't know if anyone will come in tonight. This is an experiment for me. I have never done a YouTube live before, so I hope that we have some people on. So in a few minutes, I'm going to pick some cards just for the energy. So Lionsgate is a really powerful portal. The Lionsgate portal actually comes around every year. It's usually between like July 27th, 28th until August 8th. And it's a time when the planets align with the star planet Sirius. And it's a time of very heightened psychic ability and psychic energy. And it's also a time when it's very potent for us to manifest things. So that's why I wanted to do some live readings tonight. And if anyone comes on, we'll do that and we'll pull some cards and see what is going on. I know it's 6 o'clock. A lot of us are coming home from work, but you can also find me on the Soul Space podcast every Monday night at 7 p.m. And we do that live as well. And then the recording is put on this YouTube channel here. So I don't know if anyone's coming in. If you're in, I can't see you. So you have to just put something in the chat if you'd like me to pull a card for you. Hey, Tess, how are you? So I'm going to do a reading for Tess tonight until we get some more people in. I don't know if anyone will see me or not. This is kind of my experiment here. So welcome to Lionsgate. I've been feeling this energy really potent. And we also have a full moon in Aquarius coming in tomorrow, actually on Saturday, early Saturday. So it makes the energy even more heightened for us. And really in the collective we'll feel that. I wouldn't be surprised if we hear about quite a bit of out in the collective conflicts and things, but it's also a great time, like I said, to fulfill your potential and manifest things. So let me see what I have coming in for Tess and in Lionsgate. Alrighty, so I'm going to pull, first thing I'm going to pull is some soul cards. This is a beautiful deck that I got a few years ago, and these are just Hey, Aaron. Aaron's in too. And these are cards that are just have pictures on them, and I like them because I can interpret them, but I'll also pull some traditional tarot cards. So first we'll pull some cards for Tess, and then we'll pull some cards for Aaron. So Tess, what do I have for you? Just getting in the energy. Oh my gosh, Tess, it's such a beautiful card. I have for you, Tess, this card of unity. And I actually call this my Aquarius card. You see the full moon? We have a full moon in Aquarius this Saturday, and this is all about community and people. So if you have been going through anything in your life that's been a little trying or a little challenging for you right now, I feel some sadness. Make sure that you're reaching out to community because you will find a lot of support in the community where you are, and you know, really helping you with that piece of grief that you're working through. So this card is just a beautiful card because it really shows the power not only of the full moon, but the power of community when we all, need each other. What's that saying? We get by with a little help from our friends, right? We all know that. And so for some reason, this Lionsgate portal, I don't really know why, but the word lion keeps jumping out at me. And usually when I think of Lionsgate, even though I know the graphic for this live was a lion, I don't usually think of it like that. I think of it in terms of Leo energy and the sun and Sirius, planet Sirius, and things like that, and very ancient energy from our ancestors. But for some reason, as soon as you popped in, I like literally felt the lion energy, which is just odd but good. So just take that and let's see what we have in the traditional tarot cards for you. Okay. And if you are on, I see some people, more people coming on. If you are on, just oh, that makes total sense now. That's why I keep seeing the lion, because it's the cat. Okay, good. Oh, that's beautiful that the community's coming through. Oh, today's Vinny's the cat's birthday. Oh my gosh. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful animal. I can see that you have quite a connection with him, like more so than even some of the other animals that you've had. All right. So the first card I got is the Judgment card. And the Judgment card in tarot test does not mean judgment literally. It means a rebirth. So you see Archangel Gabriel in the foreground blowing his horn, which is one of divine messages. And then you see these like people with, I know the light is in the way. You see these people who are coming literally out of the grave. And this is a symbol of rebirth and reawakening. So if Vinny is getting, ready to cross the rainbow bridge, as they say, for him, this is really a rebirth. And you're getting messages from this through Archangel Gabriel, who is the messenger. Archangel Gabriel, out of all the angels, carries our prayers up to God. And we all know, and I know you personally, and so I know that you that rebirth is coming through this experience, also for you. And like I said, I know you pretty well, and I know that you have dealt with death in your life and helped other people pass. And there's always a lesson in it. And I feel for you in this time frame that even though you're spending such close time and such heart connection with the cat, Vinny, this is about you also having a completely new perspective on something in your life. So Vinny is your teacher right now almost. And the comfort that you're giving him, I could feel you being very, very close to him, giving him nurturing. That is also something within you that's healing. And this is a very profound time for you. Very much something being awakened. Yeah. And Gabriel is one of my masters. I mean, I always use Archangel Gabriel's energy. One of the things you can do to really even heighten those clear messages is Archangel Gabriel loves copper. He's copper colored, like almost like an orangey copper when he comes in sometimes. But if you wear copper jewelry or a copper bracelet, sometimes you'll really feel his energy around you, and you'll really get a sense of what is coming through in a very more profound and more clarity is the word I'm looking for, way. So definitely connect with Gabriel, the archangel, and there are messages coming in through Vinny the cat. I know that sounds crazy, but oh, he's ginger art. Oh my gosh, that fits perfectly. So I'm going to pull two more cards. They're telling me, yeah, this is, if you had any doubt, which I don't think you do, Vinny and you are a soul connection. This is a soul connection, and it's almost, a lot of people refer to this as the marriage card. It's the soulmate card. This is, and it could be a soulmate connection through anyone, any person, anything in life. And as you see again in this card, Archangel Gabriel, that symbol of these orange wings here in this card, he's showing two beings, two people. In the depiction in the traditional tarot, it's a man and a woman exchanging marriage cups. The cups runneth over with love. But as you can see, we all believe now, the tarot was done hundreds of years ago. Now we know relationship doesn't just have to be man and woman, it could be any living being. And you see Archangel Gabriel actually joining these people. And the other thing that you'll see in this tarot card is the caduceus, which is the symbol, sometimes people say, of the medical profession. It's also what is the genetic makeup when you look at DNA. So that's why this card is so profound. Of course, they didn't know about that when they made this card hundreds of years ago, but it's the joining of two people in the soul, almost as though what we would call today DNA being linked. So, as though it might sound strange to some people watching, you and Vinny the cat have had many lives together, and this is a very, very karmic connection. He came in to teach you something, and when your contract is over and you've learned that lesson, which it sounds like you are, he probably will pass and transform into his next incarnation. But you two have a very deep soul connection that is a teaching connection. And then the third card that I got is this card, which is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is a card of competition or battle in the literal sense sometimes, because wands mean movement in the tarot. But as you can see, Tess, there's all these new growth and these leaves on top of the staffs of the wands. That again shows new beginnings. This card symbolizes to me the conflict that we go through with anything that we love when it's transcending or transforming or passing out of our energy field and into another. That mixed bag of not really wanting to let go, but knowing that we have to, and that's the conflict. And I think that's the energy I'm getting. This card is symbolizing that you've gone through so many battles and triumphed over so many things in your life. And now, yet this is just another thing where your energy, your expertise, and the beautiful, loving way that you have about you from all of your lived experiences can now help this animal, this life force, transform and pass over. But that doesn't mean that you don't go through the letting go yourself. So it's a really profound time. And I think you're probably getting messages through the experience. So really, really interesting. And thank you so much for, sharing that with us, because I think that's a beautiful story. And Archangel Gabriel came in both cards. In the Judgment card, we have Archangel Gabriel blowing his horn, giving messages. And in the Two of Cups card, we have Archangel Gabriel watching over in a protective way and joining two souls on a very soul level. So really some cool stuff. Oh, how beautiful that card came up then. This is the joining. Yeah. And it's symbolic of that. It's symbolic of all things joined. That's why I say this is also the connection that you have with that cat. That cat symbolizes so much for you. I know exactly how you feel, but beautiful. I think that's probably more of a celebration than the wedding day sometimes, right? That beautiful day. So beautiful. See that? Oh, you got to go give him a big hug. Big hug and kiss, right? So good luck to you with Vinny. He's so very lucky to have you. And I do believe, for those of you watching, that we do have soul contracts with our pets. I know my dog Sparky was my soul dog. Sparky was with me in very many lives. I always felt that he laid in the doorway of a monastery, and he was a monastery dog at one time, which is, if you know anything about the monastic life, they lay in the doorway to protect the monastery. That's beautiful, Tess. So spirit is all around you. So this is a very profound time when your wishes can come true and manifestation. So make sure you're doing that. All right. Yeah. Sparky was the soul dog. He really was. So I'm going to move on to Aaron. But if you have any other questions for me, Tess, just put it in the chat. And Aaron, I know that you have been going through some stuff with your job hunt. So if you have a question, just put it in the chat for me. And I'm going to pull some cards for you, Aaron. Okay, I'm going to keep shuffling. I think first I'm going to pull a soul card for Aaron as well. I know Aaron has really been trying to move his career forward. And I'm going to tell you, with 5 planets retrograde, it is a very powerful energy test. That test saying the Lionsgate is unbelievable. this year especially, because we have so many planets that are doing transits during this time that are very profound. And the full moon in Aquarius is a very profound time right now, with that coming in Saturday, right in the height of Lionsgate. And we also have Jupiter and Venus in Cancer, which is big, heartfelt energy, and that beautiful Sun in Leo, which is just expanding the energy into our heart light. So it's really cool. So, Aaron, I am going to go through some card reading for you for the career. Um, I think that, yes, the moon in Leo is definitely an intense opposition. It's a conflict. It's the conflict between what we desire and what our solar light really wants us to do. And it's also the conflict between wanting to be in front of an audience and be a presenter, and also wanting to be completely unique and into ourselves. So it's an extremely interesting energy. And I talked about it a lot on the Soul Space podcast. So if anybody's watching, you can play that back if you didn't see it. Okay, so Aaron, your job, I'm going to pull a soul card for you first, just trying to go into your energy. And Aaron, the fact that it's 2 years, that's a 2-year cycle. So I have to look at your chart, because a 2-year cycle, it could be like we were talking about Saturn, that Saturn and where it's rotating against your chart. So let me pull a soul card first, and then we'll go to tarot for you. Okay. All right. So I got this soul card for you, Aaron. And this soul card for you, if you look at it, is almost imperceptible. First thing I want to draw your mind to, though, is the light around the head. All light around the head. And, Gemini energy is very potent in the air right now. So try and get out of your head. A lot of your lessons in life always to teach patience, right? But the thing I want to draw attention to, which is very hard to see in this card, there is like a little dragon energy on this side of the card, if you can see it. You can see his little paw there, and the dragon energy. And the dragon energy is there to teach you that believe in the unseen, right? Do dragons exist? Well, there are certain dragons that do, right? But dragons are also very mythical creatures. And Gemini keeps us in our head. Gemini energy keeps us in our head. It's mindful. It sometimes can be our curiosity. So our curiosity in this energy will be very, very heightened. Thus, the symbolic dragon, right? We're curious about dragons. We're curious about, well, are they real or aren't they real? So the lesson there is believing in the unseen. And you're going on these job interviews and you don't really know what's going on, and things are happening, but they're not really taking shape, and you get impatient, and then you're curious, why not? Am I not doing this right? What is all that curiosity? Is just information. You're gathering information. But think about your curiosity in a way. What is the information you need to make intellectual decisions and also to give you wisdom? So one of the lessons I'm seeing here with the 2-year period in the job is, instead of thinking and being impatient about, well, it's not coming, there's something wrong, maybe you're being protected. And maybe there's a job that's coming that is absolute perfection, and you just don't know it yet, but your mind is going to the negative. So with a card like we just pulled, with all the light around the head, you want to definitely make sure that you're staying in the positive energy of manifestation. So just release it, let it go. Don't be too much in your Gemini thinking mind. Don't be too aware. Just realize that you are always so fully supported by the universe. But we have to show the universe how to treat us. We have to show the universe where the positive energy is, so that it comes back around and becomes in our reality. We have to resonate with what we want in order for it to come in. So keep going on the interviews, keep doing what you're doing, but let go of the outcome. It's about the journey for you. It's about learning on every interview. It's about learning the process of sometimes we have to wait. And also, what I want to point out to you is Gemini energy, especially with Uranus there globally right now, out in the collective, from a point of view of corporations and companies and any kind of institutions and structures, especially with Pluto and Aquarius, they are dissolving. So sometimes if you're going for a job, it could be the structure that you're looking to have that in is having its own issues that have nothing to do with you. And in this instance, I'm getting that message. I feel like there's some internal programming, some internal thing that they're going through before they hire anyone. It's like 20 million layers of stuff. And we're in a time now where that's really going to change. And the institutions and the organizations that we've been so heavily relying upon for hundreds of years are dissolving. So the process of getting a job, of hiring someone from their perspective, are all changing. So I wanted to put that out there because I think in Gemini, we could look for the logic and look for the reason. And sometimes it's really got nothing to do with us and we just need to let it flow. So let's pull some cards and see if that confirms the messaging that I'm getting. Okay. Aaron. So here we have this beautiful Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is a card of heartbreak, literally, but it's also a card of loss. But it's also, in this instance, if you look, the clouds there, it's raining. It's a card of disappointment, but nothing has really concrete happened. Like the job doesn't say you don't have it yet, but in your mind, you're already going there. That's what this is. This is your mindset. I guarantee you, this is the mindset. It's saying, don't break your own heart. Don't break your own heart. So I am going to pull another card for you. Yeah, because look at this card that came in, babe. You're the King of Pentacles. So it's all coming. It's all there. You're the king sitting on the throne. The coins are coming. You got to relax and calm down because you're going to manifest this if you don't realize you're this. Okay? So this is good. Spirit is showing you, get out of your head. Don't break your own heart. Keep going. You have so much to offer. And this is saying, look, you're the King of Pentacles. You're the king on the throne. So you got it going on here. All right. And then your third card, they're telling me to pick two more actually for you. Hard work pays off. Look at this. Hard work pays 8, which is a very auspicious number. And we're in Lionsgate. 8 is the real Lionsgate. So you're the cobbler on the bench making the coin. You're making the coin. You're manifesting. It's coming. All right. And then the last and final card for the confirmation is, Aaron, you're your own worst enemy. This card, the 8 of Swords, shows that you're not really confined. You're not really locked up. Nothing is controlling you but your mind. This person, right, with the blindfold and the ties around her rope, she's not really hemmed in by the swords. She can walk forward at any time and not be a prisoner of her mind. It's all in her mind that she's imprisoned. And so when you take all these cards together, I said to you before I even pulled any other cards, this is your mindset. Don't break your own heart because you're the King of Pentacles sitting on the throne. Mixed them up. King of Pentacles sitting on the throne. Hard work pays off. Stop the self-imprisonment. Okay, so just relax. Listen, this is what I say every day when I wake up, because you guys know I also do real estate. So every day when I wake up, I just pray and I say, Spirit, please bring me the people who really need my services, because I'm so good at what I do and I have a lot of confidence in what I do, and the right people who need me will come along. So you say it that way. Otherwise we start getting, by all the external dictates that are around us and all the external judgments, we think, oh, we messed up. Oh, this is wrong. We get angry. Why don't they want me? Why don't I have the business? Why don't I have the job offer? And it's BS, because the right people will come. When a surfer is out in the surf, right, and he has a surfboard, sometimes he sits there a really long time waiting for the right wave. And waves will come and waves will go, but he doesn't get every one of them. He knows to wait for the right opportunity and the right one. That is exactly what this energy is about for you. So just take that with you and know that you're in the right place. Just keep going. You're way too valuable to allow other dictates and other things to really get on your case. Okay? And so I don't know if anyone else is on. I can talk a little bit about the full moon, and then I'm going to do another 10 minutes, and then I'll be signing off, I think. You're welcome, Aaron. And that's absolutely the thing. You got to control that mind of yours, because you're such a quick-minded person, and that's why you always excel at every job. So use your mind for good. Okay, so the full moon that we have isn't exactly conjunct Pluto, but Pluto is very active in this full moon. So it's in Aquarius. It takes place Saturday night, the 9th. Actually, like Friday night into Saturday morning. So where I am in the Northeast, it could be different in your time zone. So the full moon in Aquarius conjunct Pluto is an energy that will reveal and bring up things from the depths of us that maybe we're a little bit nervous and a little bit don't really want to look at. It will be very revealing full moon. There's also a full moon which will show us what things are not working in our life with themes like um, relationships, definitely relationships. It'll also show us themes like where are we playing roles in our life? Where are we playing roles that don't really fit what our heart wants us to do? Where are we doing things out of obligation or need? Oh, thank you, Des. Um, and just now it's time to let those roles dissolve and really come into who we really are. That's what Aquarius energy is. Aquarius energy is our own individuation. It's who our soul really wants to be in the world, even if it's the purple dinosaur. Just praise yourself for being the purple dinosaur. Oh, I thank you so much. I'm putting a lot more effort into my podcast, so I hope they're good. I'm doing a lot of writing, so if I ever get that darn book out. This is a time, I guess you could say, with Pluto involved in this full moon, it's a time where we're going to see radical truth. We're going to see that going on out in the collective. And we all know that causes conflict. Not everybody can handle the radical truth. But what I will say is that radical truth changes our soul frequency. And so welcome it in. Allow yourself some quiet time to be in the truth because Venus and Jupiter are in Cancer. And that's a very like home fires burning energy. This weekend is probably not a weekend where you're going to want to run around and party like crazy. This is more of a weekend where you're going to want to have soulful connections, maybe have a little get together around the fire in the backyard because of the Leo energy. That's a beautiful thing to do. Do a little fire ceremony maybe with the moon, and just try and get out in nature and really do some contemplation. That's really what the energy is going to be. Sunday, maybe do a Sunday dinner kind of thing. But the thing that you really want to ask yourself, and I'll give you some prompts, is how can I live my life without losing myself? Because sometimes when we have an energy like this, we've been in conditioning and in roles in our life for years and years and years, right? And a lot of those structures that made those roles are dissolving. So now we come to a place where we're like, how can I be happy and really be me without losing myself in the roles that I play? Whether that's your career or your family or whatever it might be. You want to really start looking at those things. And from the collective, from the societal point of view, this is asking ourselves, what am I doing that serves humanity that I need to do more of? That's that Aquarian energy. And what do I need to stop doing that doesn't serve humanity? So that's the energy. And it's going to be very personal for all of us, but we're also going to see it go out in the collective like boomerangs. And I was having a conversation this morning because something happened locally where we live where someone kind of spoke out in a way and someone got it on camera and it wasn't pleasant. It was something that shouldn't have been said. But now this person is being really held to some very severe standards for this mistake. And I was saying how there's just such a zero tolerance around us now because everyone is throwing their wounds all over the sidewalk. And that was really the expression I used because people think it's okay to be hooking in and having some strong opinions about things. Because when our foundations are loosened, our societal foundations, our institutions, our governments, our schools, even our banking systems are loosened and they're not as stable and as grounding as they used to be, the religions, the organized structures in our life, we will grab onto anything because we are taught to believe that grabbing onto a belief system makes us stable. And that's why you see all this extreme polarization out there. And that's why you see people jumping on these bandwagons and being extreme in their opinions and extreme in the things that they say and do. That will get a little bit heightened in the next little while before it gets better. The thing that is our saving grace is the Cancer energy, which brings it into a more heartfelt way. So this is radical truth, and everyone sooner or later has to face it, right? Throwing your wounds all over the sidewalk and getting on the soapbox and saying that what's wrong with everybody else does not heal you. But unfortunately, a lot of people mistakenly think if they can get rid of the emotion, they can be healed. Well, no, you have to work through it. And that's what this energy is all about. So we're going to have a beautiful full moon. Remember, if you have unprocessed emotions, Aquarius is a cool energy. So it's a great time to try and work through that with a little bit of detachment, which is what Aquarius is going to give us. But remind yourself, and this is for you, Aaron, remind yourself to feel before you think, because that's really an important part of what we all need to do. And try and get away, even though Aquarius is the group, Aquarius is the community. Try and get away from the group mentality and go into communities that expand you, that really tap into that Gemini curiosity that we have going on right now with Uranus and Gemini, and are going to bring you to new places of realization, not the same old places of the herd mentality. So that is my live for tonight. I want to thank you guys for coming on, because this was the first live I ever did. And so I will continue to do them as long as people come on. And I'm trying to grow my channel. So if you want to share any of my work, please do. And let your friends subscribe, because I think there's some messages a lot of people need to hear. And I'd love to have them come in the community, because I learned from you guys too. So have a great night, everyone. Love you. And I'll be back on the Soul Space podcast Monday nights at 7 o'clock. Good night.